Check. Reminisce. Carrying the traditions of Saint Kofa because sometimes we got to go back and collect what we forgot. I go by Logic, and I'm here with
Mine
who
been
am I here with?
supreme. What up?
That's
What
right, man.
up?
That's right. Representing, man. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live, man, Eastern time. Bigging up the culture, the history, man. There's a lot that's happening right now, man. So it's almost like a debrief of like the world, of society, and just finding common ground, like ways that we can move forward and whatnot. So, but before we get into
Yeah.
all of that, man, we got always got to do our check in, man. See how we're doing, man. So how's things, brother? You got this like glow right now, man. You know what I'm saying? You're looking real like royalty right now.
Oh man, I appreciate that. I mean, I don't know what it is. I think the lighting of this here is okay, but my spirit is. I guess we were born for this. They talk about when you were born and like the things in life that you were meant to encounter, and part of me feels like we were. It's all been building to this. It's a wild time, and you know,
Right.
um, um, yo, to be super honest, man. I read this thing that I think Venus Williams wrote, and Venus Williams, she just put it all into
Okay.
perspective, like Nas said, and she just like, listen, you might have woken up in the last few days feeling real stressed and sad about the future, but
Right.
our
Yep.
ancestors dealt with much worse, and they got through it, and so we got through this the first time, and we gonna get through it the second time, and just keep doing the things that you were always doing, and don't lose hope and don't lose faith. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
You know,
really, yeah, I'm on that.
yeah, I'll build off my checking on off of that, man, because yeah, it's so true. Like our ancestors, those who came before us, definitely went through, some real heavy times, and I think with what's happening in the world right now, it's just one of those reminders of, like we can't get too cozy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what was happening. It's like we got comfortable, cozy. It's like, yeah, man, everything is, all right, and then we get these like reminders, what I mean, that kind of seems like it's coming from left side, and we're just like surprised, but it was always like that, you know?
Yeah, you're so right. You're so right, and it's like I wasn't. This is obviously talking about a little depression from the American election and shit, but I wasn't here thinking like, oh yeah, everything's gonna be all hunky dory if
No, no,
Kamala Harris wins, because I'm like I remember calling her Cop Mala, and I still called her Cop Mala a lot. I'm like I'm very aware that this woman had some very anti-black and anti-fucking
yeah,
kind of poor community thing. So I'm like, it's not like I think that it's going to be all good. It's just like, it's just that this person is not going to, for instance, try to get rid of abortion rights for women, which is something that has,
right.
Trump is as and like, man's first thing that he says in office, the very
That's
first
really
thing
bad.
was across 50 states, you're going to lock in only two genders, men and women. Fuck all trans people. Fuck your rights. Fuck your life. Fuck your future. And then mass deportations on day one of my first day in office, and white reparations. These are all things that this man has already discussed. So this is fucking absolute bananas. Like, Kamala wasn't
Yeah,
gonna be no fucking like Obama bombed Africa, man. Like it's not like Obama was perfect, but Obama also was a beacon of hope in other ways, which terrorists would have been having a black woman in power. But now I'll just end it off by saying, where they're saying we're not gonna go back. It's like no, we're going back. We're going back right to fucking 1932.
like it's just so interesting, man. Like, yeah, we're living in some really just fascinating times, man. But like, as the saying goes, if you ever want to know what you'd be doing back in those times, you're doing it right now. You know what I mean? So we are those. We're carrying on that legacy of like resilience and trying to bring clarity and sense of like the things that we're experiencing, man, to move forward in these dark times. So we're just gonna keep pushing forward and doing what we do. But I know that not everybody's going to be on that tip, and
You're right.
it's how it goes sometimes,
You're right.
But
You're right.
we know what we got to do, right? So like we can't just like be bystanders in this, and we got to speak up do what we got to do.
That's what it comes down to. Yeah, yeah. So just gotta shake. I'm still shaking it off a bit, man, because I was, whew, yeah, I wasn't too surprised, but yeah, I was a little, I was just deeply disappointed.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, man, it's just that reminder of, like, we can't get too comfortable. Like there always has to be, we always got to be pushing things forward. For each other, our community. Like, yeah, yeah.
That's
Well,
real.
we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens next, man. Stay tuned, man. You know, New season approaches.
That's real. That's real. Speaking of seasons, I don't know. I gotta say a little quick something. I don't know if you were watching, but the
But
season of the Penguin just ended.
no, you're
And
telling me about that, man. Telling me about that.
shit is elite television, man. Except for X
Okay,
Men
I
'97.
gotta check that out, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Honestly, I won't ruin any of the plot points, but it's like like a Batman mob story kind of. Like there's hella mob shit in it, man, and it's
Okay.
dope. The writing is spectacular. They're like really top shelf writing, and they do some things with the mother son story that I've never seen before. I'm not gonna say anything else, but it's really
Okay.
excellent, and it just ended yesterday, and yeah, yeah, it's dope.
And how many seasons does this have?
Oh, it's first season, 8 episodes. Just it's just the one season. I don't know if you watched the Batman movie, but this is like the Penguin spin-off from the Batman movie on HBO.
Oh, because I'm like Penguin. Like I'm like thinking, okay, it's the name of, like, like the Penguins. I don't know, but then I didn't realize it was Penguin from, like, Batman. Okay, yo, Danny DeVito was like that. That was like one of my favorite, like, Batmans. Like Batman Returns. Yeah, with
Yes.
Penguin. That was like my all time, like, favorite. You know what I mean? Like that was just filmed. Like everything was just so epic in that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that shit
So
was
that being
that was
said,
yeah.
is Danny DeVito Penguin?
No, it's actually Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell is killing it in this role, man.
Okay,
Colin,
all
you,
right,
you
all
can't
right,
even
all right.
you don't even see his face. They put on a fat suit, so like it covers everything. You don't even think that it's him. He really sinks into the role, and he just is another person. He's got a hobble foot, so he's like crippled, and it's just the man. He's got to win all the Emmy awards, man. Like he really
Okay,
is. This is award winning shit, man,
all
for
right. Well,
sure.
check it out, man. I am going to take your advice for that. I just, like, checked out to see what streaming platform it's on. For me, it's on Crave. I have a Crave subscription, so I'm gonna check out episode one later on this evening, man. I'm gonna check it
I
out.
I I couldn't recommend anything else higher right now. Oh my god, I can't wait to talk to some
I
heads.
mean, you're
And
really
there's
raising the stakes, man. You're really bringing it up, man. So it's a high standard. I'm going with high expectation, man. If you're going off like this, because this is not the first time you've mentioned it, right? So,
oh my
all right.
brother, man, like oh man, and there's some black people in it too, man. I ain't gonna ruin it, man, but there's some very important black people in it too, and they do amazing shit, man. And yeah, it's just it's excellent. It's some real excellent shit. Yeah, man. I actually something else, some interesting news came up that I wanted to speak on a bit and get your opinion.
Okay.
So, Denzel Washington has discussed. That's a dope ass cup you got there, stole from Africa Cup.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, speaking of that right there, we are going to be going back to Wakanda for a third time, and Denzel
Oh,
Washington has confirmed
oh,
that he will be in Black Panther 3.
that's cool. That's
But
cool, man.
yeah,
All
Denzel,
right,
yeah,
all right. Let's go, Denzel, man. Let's go.
yeah. So Denzel has spoken about. He's like, and he interestingly he said he's gonna do like 4 or 5 more movies, and then he's gonna retire. He's like,
Okay.
he's
He's good.
announced. Yeah, he's like, yeah. So he's gonna do like an Othello. He's got one movie with Spike Lee coming out. He's got this Black Panther 3. and then one or two other movies that were
Okay.
mentioned, and then he like mentioned his next 5 movies. He's like, that's it for me, kind of, and then I'm out. I'm good.
I believe him too, and well done, man. Well done, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mustafa, man.
totally. Like, the man. I think he's
Enjoy
like,
life, man. Like,
yeah, he's like close to 70. He's very, this gray
yeah, no,
beard. He's got kids.
he gave us a lot of his life and time, like through film and whatnot. So let him enjoy, you know, like slower times. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he likes just going fishing or something. So
Maybe he
big
likes
up,
what? It just cut out. Maybe he likes what? Fishing? You said?
like fishing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Go
something
straight out.
relaxing,
Yeah,
crocheting. Like I don't know, who knows, right?
yeah, yeah. Let that man play a saxophone or something, man. Yeah, yeah. Straight up.
You know what? I would not be surprised, man. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I really like that, man. I like that he's willing
Yeah.
to step into Black Panther 3, because
All right.
that's a very important movie to us, and having him in it. Yeah, he says that Ryan Coogler is writing him a role, so
Okay.
we don't know what role he'll play, but
All right. Well,
it's
we'll definitely check that out. Um, yeah, I was gonna say, man. This weekend, not when was it? Last Thursday, I was at the Mustafa the poet. He had a concert over at the Roy Thompson Hall. I
that's
mean,
right.
it's a prestigious event, space that typically, it's a space where you go pretty much go for like a symphony or and whatnot. So to have someone like Mustafa in that space, it was beautiful, and I actually got a clip, what I'm saying, from the a concert, and just to kind of capture the vibe, man. Like so, like Mustafa, he's from Regent Park here in Toronto, and a lot of his music really like reflects on like just like grief and pain and like struggle of not just like Regent Park and what's happening in Toronto, but of course in other places around the world. And yeah, man, I really see his music as just like a way of like processing grief and healing and just kind of like bringing community together. But what I like about him, man, is just like his raw honesty and vulnerability, and um, yeah, like just the way how he's able to command the crowd and just bring like such an incredible vibration. So hold on, let me just get this set up real quick. Uh, yeah, man. But are you familiar with Mustafa's work?
Yeah, I am. I saw him perform at a show at Massey Hall once.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw Mustafa the poet. Yeah, yeah, I definitely saw him perform. Yeah, it's very strong vocalist, man.
Yeah, like he's definitely dope with it, man. Hold on 1 second here. Okay, here we go. I wonder what the sound is gonna be looking like. What's up? Okay, let me see if y'all can hear some of this. I don't know. That sound, can you hear that?
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, like like I just love the way how he's just brings like the motherland to the stage, and it was just such an incredible vibe, an incredible feeling. I mean, I wish like Mustafa like all the best. I wish him nothing but peace, just blessings, man. It's like You know, a lot of heavy stuff, man, a lot of heavy stuff. But his music, like, basically, it's like his through his music, he's been able to like alchemize like trauma and pain into like this like beautiful like chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the best way I can explain it. You know, because what he's talking about is like really like heavy stuff. You know, but it's just done in this beautiful, graceful way. You know, it's powerful, yo, really powerful.
That's amazing. Yeah, man. I agree with you, man. I just heard a young man who's got wisdom far beyond his years,
Oh
and
my
really,
goodness.
really,
Oh.
really brings attention to a lot of important subjects and topics in a beautiful way.
But what, what
Word
what I
up.
like about him, the most is like the authenticity. You know, so even when you look at his music videos, right? It's when you listen to the songs, and then like you look at like the visuals. Like his music videos often look like a typical like like rap video. So when you listen to like his music, it's like, okay, this folk kind of slow vibe and whatnot, and it's almost like the audio and the visuals do not match, but it's really it's authentic to him, right? In terms of like the intercomplexities of just like culture, identity, and his surroundings, and just kind of like bringing it all to the forefront. Like the contradictions and all. Because even in his performance, he was saying as a Muslim, like doing music is like not the thing to do. Like there's like a word for
Mhm.
it, I can't remember now, but basically like
Around,
he
yeah,
yeah, like he acknowledges that, but at the same time, like through his authenticity of like how he's been able to like use his music as a vehicle to bring more understanding to like his culture, people, religion, and just community. As a vehicle, as you can see, like the love is real. You know what I'm saying? Like the place was sold out. You know,
yeah.
and it's powerful stuff, man. So big up, man, big up.
It's really impressive to see that, and like at all points in time, humanity will need poets because ugh, the news is getting rough.
Hmm.
News is getting rough, and like
And I'm realizing that music is a way to it helps people digest difficult and sensitive topics a little easier than like giving like a speech or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like through music, it's like it's like medicine with like honey or something.
yeah,
So you can process it a little bit better than hearing like a speech or someone on a megaphone or something like that. So yeah,
that's
powerful.
right. That's right. Word up, word up. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
yeah.
So
But speaking of like concerts and sessions, I know tomorrow, man, we got that screening,
it was
exclusive
all a
screening.
dream.
That's right, man. That's right, man. So we'll have some footage for next week. We're gonna pull up with the cameras. Get some interviews. Tap in with the local scene and get some perspectives. And like as I was mentioned before, man, it's one of those reminders of how much we have in the archives. On tapes and history, and how important it is and how timeless it is. Even though that the footage is recorded in the '90s, it's valuable right now. What I mean? Like we want to capture those essences, man. And we have an extensive collection. So Reminisce Show, man, it's going to be coming up with some stuff soon, man. You just know.
Yep,
Just
yep.
know.
Just know it. Just know it. And that's real, man. Because like, yeah, there's people who talk about it, and people. I mean, some people who talk about it and have opinions on it were not there and have strange opinions. Like you can't really apply 2023, 2024 mentalities and values around social media and even like social interaction with
No,
something from 1994. Like we moved different, we talked different,
no.
we valued words different, like the culture
Facts.
was so different, and which is why everything is so valuable. Where I'm like, yo, y'all, it's not like y'all can't speak on it or whatever, but at a certain point, if you weren't there, you need to shut up and
Yeah,
study.
yeah.
Because
Study.
one of my kids who with this homie that I know who runs Shadyverse, he literally runs one of the biggest Eminem websites on the
Okay.
planet. On the planet, he works with DJ Who Kid and fucking they've
Okay.
met 50 and stuff like these. They run a
Right.
massive website, and this kid is 22. But he when I'm best friends with him because he's like, yo, man, I listen to New York mixtapes on cassette. He walks around with a cassette player and he's like, I want to know what it was like for real, for real, for real. So he buys. I
Yo,
roll with this. I roll with this kid multiple times to New York, and I love this kid, man. I'm like, yes, dude,
I rate that.
you remind me of me. Yes, you're like fuck all, and he has a laptop with all the digital shit, but he's like, listen, I really want to know what it's like. So he's like, we've been in New York, and we went uptown, and he bought a massive fucking duffel bag of a dude who was giving away all his Hot 97 cassettes. So me and
Wow.
him, he was like, yo, he got the dude's link, and he's like, I want to go. I'm talking literally 900, 1,000 cassettes in a massive bag, and we carried it across New York. And this kid was like, I want this history. I'm like, kid, I love
Wow.
you because you understand this is
Wow.
like, and
You know
I have
something?
10. I have 10 of the cassettes. It's literally
Yeah.
like every New York radio,
Yeah.
105.5, Hot 97, crazy. So
Yo, that's wild, man. Like that's such a great, perspective, and like to make it like immersive, to really experience what it was like listen to music with these devices of the times, so as you know, like this is just bringing back like memory lane, man. Like there's so much like history and things that could be spoken about, a Walkman and cassettes, like what happens when your Walkman eats your tape and then you got to do some surgery, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, like what happens, what I'm saying, or like what happens when
when your tape runs out, you're taping a radio show and you only have one tape, and it's a 2-hour show, and you're like, oh shit, my song, and you're like, fuck, and the tape runs out. That could happen,
yeah.
right?
And then what happens is you try to dub on another tape, and usually
Uh,
you're going to dub over something that you want, and then you're upset later. And I'm speaking from experience multiple times.
yes, yeah,
I'm like, no, it's gone. Like, oh man, the sacrifice, or better yet, like knowing when to switch sides on your cassette because you know when it's going to be the start of like a new song. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like you know what I'm talking about? You know
yes. Oh, yeah, yeah,
when you know,
exactly.
like
No, with
yo,
the
like, and switch.
yeah, with the auto reverse.
Yes, yes. Come on, man. It's no joke, man. You had to be there, man.
It's no joke. Yeah, and you were so in touch with the music. And
So
I
in
mean,
tune, yeah,
it's not like, we listen to like Jay-Z and Big L freestyle on Stretch and Bobito. I have the
yeah,
MP3, of course, but like
yeah.
if you have it on the actual cassette, you got to listen to it in real time and slow down, and I have to
Right,
like
right,
take in the
right.
whole 8 minutes, and like it
Yeah,
just gives you more
yeah.
patience. And
Yeah,
yeah,
for
just the
sure.
little things like that. So that I'm just saying that homie, when he speaks, I'm like, yo, your opinions about 90s shit is like a 90s head. And the thing is, you were born literally in 2001 or something. I've
Like
got cassettes.
completely missed the era.
Yeah, I've got cassettes and magazines older than you, homie. But like, I love how much you've studied. That I
Yeah,
don't rate you like some millennial. Like you're like a 90s head. And like when he shows up, he's just only wearing like NWA, Run DMC, and like
yeah,
Adidas. So like, yeah, man. I'm just man. It's just I just whenever people talk about documentation, man. Like when I was taping all my shit, I didn't think it would be this important, but it is. It really is. So yeah, well, all that to say, like, can't wait to see this footage tomorrow. Biggie in the '90s, Dream Hampton, like doing the Source in the '90s.
yeah, yeah.
Crazy,
Okay,
crazy New
okay.
York. A time in New York that
Yeah.
is just not anymore.
So we're gonna get a piece of that New York tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. I just hope they have popcorn. I just want to make sure there's popcorn there. So yeah. All right,
Yes.
man. So, like, what else? What else is on your mind, man? What else? What else can we look forward to, man? Coming down the pipeline.
Any movies? I think it was just Samuel L. Jackson's birthday or something. Yeah, and I didn't see the piano lesson, but I don't know. I feel like there's some like Samuel L. Jackson news or something's popping with him. But I just wanted to give him a little quick shout out.
Mm. Big up, Sammy.
Um, yeah, yeah. Other movies. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot of info on it, but apparently Ray J was shot at, and
Oh,
Yeah, and he just got on Instagram like a couple hours ago, and was like, "Fuck you, motherfuckers! I just got shot at you," and then he was like, "Trying to make me change my opinion? No, fuck you." So I feel like it seems like it's like a continuation of that fight that he had with Diddy's sons that Chris Brown had to
Oh,
break up last week.
what?
So
Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah.
this is Diddy's sons. Yo, man, like, oh man, that's wild, man. I did not hear about that. I did not hear about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was getting real messy. Yeah, like so Diddy's sons like ran up on Ray J because I saw like Ray J was on I think not Pierce Morgan, but he was on a TV show and he was talking about the case. You know, everybody's talking about it. So and he didn't really fully like come out and say that Diddy was guilty, but you know, he said some logical shit
Yeah.
like some of it looks suspicious as hell and like justice for any victims and he said something that I was like, yeah, that's, but it wasn't even anything like super like particularly. It was just something logically that everybody in the world is saying, like, fuck Diddy, like this looks pretty bad. And then like his sons ran up on him a couple days later, and Chris Brown had to like headlock two of the
Wow.
sons and pull him away. And then apparently he's just getting shot at. So
Jeez.
it's getting fucked up.
It's the Wild Wild West, man.
Yeah, it ain't good. Yeah,
Jeez.
so that happened.
All right. All right. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what else. Not much else. Oh, yo, there's gonna be there's gonna be a sold out party happening on the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about it.
Sold out like Riley's sold out. The Young Street, like anybody, the party that Drake couldn't get into because he was 18 years old and he was standing outside of it, wishing he could get in. I love it.
Uh,
So funny. But yes, yes. So there's gonna be a Riley's reunion
oh,
at It's Okay, which is dope. Shout out to It's Okay.
so
That's a good spot.
that sounds like we should probably be in the cut, man, and be documenting, man. That sounds like sounds like a spot that we got to be at, man.
Oh, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for a few hours, man. I mean, I gotta. I actually have like another sex party to go to that night, and I have my movie premiere happening earlier
Okay.
that evening. So it's gonna be a really
Good.
nutty day.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that the 23rd is going to be insane for me. I will be
Okay.
at three different events at least. I might be at I think that I tap out at three, but well, yeah, Riley's. I got to make an appearance that at least for a couple hours there. I wish I could do an all nighter, but
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Yeah,
Riley's.
we'll definitely figure that out, man. We'll see what's up.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. Like,
Uh,
is there any other like venue or spot in Toronto that comes to mind that deserves a reunion that may not exist anymore, or anything that comes to mind for you?
mm,
I'm curious to see what you would say.
I mean, one of them was the Beat Junkies nights. That was
Ooh,
Beat Junkies was good times, good times. I mean, it was a super old school thing, and not many people remember it. But DJ Faze used to run an event at Nassau.
of
There's a
course,
You
yeah.
remember like you
I was a
remember
regular there, man. NASA was a regular vibe, man. Like NASA was nice. It was a small like in the cut spot though, but yo, like it was vibe. It was a vibe, yo.
that's the place that I wish that people had pictures of because Nassau
Oh
it was mad small, but remember all the video games shit there? You could play
yeah,
little,
man.
it was just little digital shit everywhere, little TVs, and that
Like we
that
need to
place
bring
was
that
like
back. Like that would be pretty fire, yo. To bring like that kind of vibe back, but like with like a modern twist or something. Like yeah.
Like, come on now, that was like 2002. They had all that digital shit, and we didn't have no internets or no
Oh
smartphones
man.
back then. So like, you could just plug that in now like crazy, and like, and the
Oh,
music was always fire there, man. I remember you could get little food. They had special foods, so
yeah, man. It felt like a music video, man. Like it would have been like a ill like scene. You know what I'm saying? Like for like a music video.
Yes. Oh,
That was
hell
a
yeah.
fire. That was so fire.
Hell yeah. You said it, man. You said it.
Dang,
Yeah,
I
man.
wonder.
Yo.
Like, I'm trying to think. Like, did I have my? I wonder if I have some footage somewhere because there was a time where because those are the times where we would there was always back in those days there was always something happening on every day. Alto Basso was on Mondays. I know that Tuesdays was NASA, and then we would always have our cameras and just go around the city interviewing people and just filming our day-to-day kind of vibe. This is like long before vloggers even existed. We were just doing it because we had a camera. It was just fun. So it's possible that I may have some footage from NASA, but we'll see, man. We'll see what's going to be popping up in the Reminisce Show archives, yo. Because it's about that time,
Yo.
man.
That's that right, man.
It's
Oh
I don't
man.
know, man. I don't
The
know.
the
We'll see.
the energy that would come from seeing a picture of that place. Oh man, that would be so joyful. Oh yeah, man.
Yo,
There's some spots for sure, man. That
well,
we had something real special.
you know something? As you were talking, like DJ Face, like he would be like a really good person to have on the show, man, to build with. The Because like he definitely has been around and can speak to a lot of the Toronto history, the different venues, and some of the things that was happening at the time. So we'll see what we can do. See
You're
what we can do.
absolutely right, man. Yeah, he's on the low little bit, man. But it would be lovely to pull him out. And oh man, I saw him. Where did I see him at? I think it was at the D12 concert. Oh no! I saw him at the Bishop
Oh, okay.
Brigante. Yeah, at that event.
That's
So
what's up.
yeah, man, yeah. Shout out to DJ Face. He's a real one.
Yeah.
Um,
Always, man. All right, man. Anything else to build on? What you got, man?
I think that's mostly it. Nothing else really happening in hip hop. Yeah, we talked about that. Oh, new Ice Cube album. Shout out Ice Cube. Ice Cube dropping an album on the in 2 weeks. Yeah, it's called Man Down. Um, yeah, not much else is popping really. It's regular hip hop life. I hope people are good.
Bless, man. All
Yeah,
right.
that's about it. That's about it.
Well, I guess we'll keep it like that, man, and we'll see what this week brings, man. Because there's
Oh
always
shit!
something.
Hold on. Yeah, sorry. I just see this. I just see some comments here. Shout out Nadia. Yo, shout out Nadia. And yeah,
Peace,
yes.
peace.
I'm the Riley's reunion. Yes, that's what it was actually I was talking about.
Okay. Peace,
uh
peace, y'all.
yes,
All right.
I'll see you at Riley's.
All right, man. Well, we're going to sign off like that, man. Peace, everyone. Stopping by. Reminisce Show live, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to sign off like that, man. We out, man.
Love
Till
and
next
peace,
time,
y'all.
y'all.
Love and peace. See
Peace.
y'all